I did not want to make this update. I really didn't. But here we are, we have a new tariff update. But before we dive into that, I do want to let you guys know that my course, the Car Sharing Masterclass, has a 3.0 iteration being released on August 1st. And so if you buy the course today, you can actually be grandfathered into that new version at no extra cost, and you're able to lock in the lowest price that the course will be, because come August 1st, we're going to be increasing prices. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Car Sharing Masterclass is your one-stop shop for all things Turo, car sharing, and now direct rentals. The course truly goes over everything you should ever need to know about car sharing and starting your own rental fleet, from how to buy your very first car, all things Turo and how to operate within the Turo platform, co-hosting and how to build a fleet with cars that don't belong to you, and we are expanding into an entirely new section with direct rentals, where we'll talk about how to operate a direct rental fleet, how to market it, and what softwares and tools that you can use to make your life easier. I can say with full confidence that the Car Sharing Masterclass is the best car sharing course on the market, and the best part is, once you join for life, which means that you will automatically be upgraded as new course content is released and updated and new documents and resources are added. For a limited time, you can get $100 off by using the code OFFER100, so be sure to sign up before our prices go up on August 1st. The link is down in the description below. Trump last week announced new tariffs on a variety of different countries for a variety of different goods, and it's not great, with Trump taking to Truth Social to make this announcement, which is being launched on August 1st. And Trump sent out letters to a variety of world leaders letting them know of these changes and what these countries could possibly do or say in order to either delay or potentially halt the tariff change. Let's first talk about Canada. Trump sent Canadian Prime Minister this letter and then posted it to Truth Social. And in the letter, it states the US has been willing to work with Canada despite Canada not doing the same, and despite Canada to a degree enabling the fentanyl crisis. And I'm just summarizing Trump's words here. It then goes on to say that a 35% tariff will be implemented if Canada does not come to the table to stop the flow of fentanyl, and that these tariffs may be subject to change depending on Canada's relationship with the US. Now, for Canada, this change is certainly not good news, especially considering the fact that up until now, Canada's tariff has been 0%, and any potential increase for Canada had been paused since tariff discussions began. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't, Canada is a massive partner to the American automotive industry. In fact, Canada's automotive industry and America's automotive industry are basically one and the same. In 1965, the Canadian-United States Automotive Products Agreement, or Auto Pact, was implemented between Canada and the US, which essentially eliminated trade barriers between the two countries when it came to the automotive industry. This essentially integrated the United States automotive industry and the Canadian automotive industry, making them essentially one. And since then, Canada has been the third biggest trade partner for the United States in the auto industry, only trailing behind Mexico and Japan. With this 35% tariff that is threatened to be implemented with Canadian goods, it would have a massive impact on the cars that are imported into the United States from Canada, but it would also cause a massive rift in the decades-long agreement that the United States and Canada have made within the automotive industry. But next, let's talk about one of our larger trade partners, Mexico. Mexico also received a letter from Trump, stating that Mexico has not done enough to secure the border and has turned the US into a narco-trafficking playground. Trump's words, not mine. And as a result from this lack of action with Mexico, the United States would be imposing a 30% tariff on Mexican goods, which would have a significant impact on cars in the road in America, given the fact that Mexico is our #1 trade partner within the automotive industry. And not only does Mexico import about 23% of total cars imported into the United States, but Mexico is a crucial manufacturer and importer for car parts as well. This would impact brands like General Motors, Ford, Toyota, BMW, Audi, and many more. But that's not all. The EU shares a similar 30% tariff, which Trump states is far less than what should be applied in order to level out the trade deficit with the EU. Now, the EU is a lot less significant of a trade partner than, say, Japan and Mexico, as well as Canada, but it is still a trade partner. And in the context of the automotive industry, there will absolutely be an impact here. Most notably Germany, who by a long shot imports the most vehicles by dollar value and volume into the United States of any other EU country. And last but not least is Japan, who's going to be sitting at a 25% tariff. And given the fact that Japan is one of our top 3 trading partners, of course, this isn't a good thing. Now, one thing I do want to note is that I have no idea why these letters are such bad quality. I searched high and low for high resolution copies of these letters, and I literally could not find them anywhere. And so no, these potato quality photos is not my fault. I just literally could not find better ones online. But I digress. So this is where we currently stand. And I got to be completely honest here, I'm a bit fatigued talking about tariffs. And I know that that may be hard to believe given the fact that I've made a ton of videos about tariffs since the beginning of the year. But truthfully, if this topic of tariffs wasn't one that directly related to the foundation of this YouTube channel, being tariffs which impacts how expensive it is to buy a car, if that wasn't the case here, I would probably avoid talking about this topic altogether, because not only the flip-flopping around this discussion, but the tariff discussion altogether is a bit tiresome. It's also incredibly difficult to keep track of, which truthfully could possibly be by design. According to Forbes, since April, Trump has flip-flopped on his tariff policy 28 times. With the first flip happening on April 2nd, when Trump formally rolled out his Liberation Day tariff policy at the White House, imposing sweeping tariffs on nearly all countries and reversing course on earlier pledges he made about them, exempting copper, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, lumber, certain critical minerals, and energy products, despite the White House previously claiming that there would be no exceptions. And the most recent change or flip-flop happened on July 11th, when Trump suggested he could raise the baseline tariff rate on imports from countries his administration doesn't reach specific deals with, which is at 10% now, telling NBC News, "We're just going to say that all remaining countries are going to pay, whether it's 20 or 15%. And as a result of this flip-flopping change in policy, and I gotta be honest, what feels like a bit of an erratic policy, it's difficult to keep track of what is happening, what has happened, and what is going to happen. But this is where we currently stand. And so I guess I'll make another update around August 1st, which is the same day that the Car Sharing Masterclass 3.0 is released. Like always, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it, so make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.